In this video, I'm going to show you 5 common mistakes that can ruin your farm early and how to avoid them so your birds stay healthy and your farm stays profitable. If you are planning to start poultry farming or you have just started, this is one mistake that ruins many beginners even before they recover their first money. Most people rush to buy chicks without first knowing who they will sell to and what kind of birds they actually need. Before you think about housing or feed, you must think about the market. Ask yourself very simple questions. Who will buy my eggs or chickens? How much are they paying right now? And does the price change during the year? When you ignore these questions, you may end up producing something that people around you are not ready to buy, or they only buy at a very low price. Closely connected to this is choosing the wrong type of birds. Many beginners choose birds because they look attractive or because someone else is keeping them. That is a mistake. Layers, broilers, local birds, and dual-purpose birds are very different businesses. Layers need time, patience, and steady feed before they start paying you back. Broilers need fast sales and good timing. Local birds take longer but may have a stronger market in some areas. Your capital also matters. Some birds require more feed, more vaccines, and closer management. If your budget is small and your management time is limited, choosing the wrong birds will frustrate you very quickly. When market research and bird choice are done well from the start, many other problems become easier to handle. The second big mistake beginners make is underestimating feed. Feed is not just another cost in poultry farming. It is the biggest cost, and in most cases, it takes more than half of all the money you will spend on the farm. Many people start with money for chicks and maybe the first few bags of feed, hoping that sales will quickly support the farm. That rarely works. Chicks must eat every single day, whether prices are good or bad. When feed runs out or you reduce feeding to save money, growth slows down, egg production drops, and diseases easily come in. It is very important to know how much feed your birds will need from the first day up to the time you start selling eggs or chickens. Feed also comes in stages. Chicks cannot eat the same feed as growers, and growers cannot perform well on poor quality feed. Using the wrong feed at the wrong time quietly eats your profits. Quality also matters. Cheap feed that is poorly mixed may look like you are saving money, but it usually costs more in the long run through slow growth, poor egg size, and high feed conversion. At the same time, feed wastage is a silent loss. Poor feeders, overfilling, and careless handling can waste many kilos without you noticing. Proper feed planning means budgeting in advance, choosing the right feed, and making sure there is always continuity. When feed is planned well, stress reduces for both you and the birds. Personally, I mix my own feed, and for me, this is the cheapest option as long as you understand the formulation and use the right ingredients. Another cost-effective alternative is using concentrates. This works even better when you buy maize, bran, or other feed ingredients during periods of low prices and mix them with the concentrate. When done correctly, both methods help reduce feed costs without compromising bird performance. The third mistake happens very early, within the first days of bringing chicks to the farm. Poor brooding and early chick management is one of the biggest reasons beginners lose birds without understanding why. The first 2 weeks of a chick's life are very sensitive. Chicks cannot control their body temperature. That is why a mother hen always covers her chicks to keep them warm. When you buy day-old chicks for commercial production, you automatically become their mother, and you must do what a mother hen does. The chicks fully depend on you. If they are too cold, they pile on each other to keep warm, and this can lead to suffocation. To prevent this, you must closely monitor the brooder temperature, especially at night. This is a mistake I personally made. I once lost over 10 chicks in a single night due to suffocation because an emergency took me away, and I spent the night away just after bringing the chicks. That experience taught me how critical proper temperature control and constant monitoring are during brooding. Preparation is key. The brooder should be ready before chicks arrive, not after. Heat must already be stable, water should be clean and easy to reach, and feed must be available immediately. When chicks arrive and spend hours without water or feed, the damage may not show immediately, but it affects their growth for life. Cleanliness also matters a lot at this stage. Dirty litter, wet floors, and poor ventilation quickly lead to infections. Overcrowding makes everything worse, from stress to disease spread. You can often tell if brooding is poor by watching the chicks. If they are noisy, piling or spreading far from the heat, something is wrong. Good brooding builds strong birds. Poor brooding creates weak birds that keep giving problems even when they grow. Many farmers blame feed or vaccines later, yet the real problem started in the first few days. Another serious mistake beginners make is ignoring biosecurity and disease prevention. Many people only start thinking about diseases when birds begin to die, and by then, it is usually too late. Poultry diseases spread very fast. One sick bird can infect the whole flock within a short time. Some diseases do not even give clear warning signs before losses start. This is why prevention is much cheaper and safer than treatment. Vaccination is not optional. Skipping vaccines to save money often leads to bigger losses later. Vaccines must be given at the right time and in the correct way. Late or poorly handled vaccines do not protect the birds properly. Biosecurity is more than vaccines. It includes simple habits like limiting visitors, using a foot bath at the entrance, disinfecting equipment, and not moving freely between different flocks. Many beginners allow friends and traders to enter the poultry house without thinking, yet those same people move from farm to farm. Clean water, clean feeders, and proper disposal of dead birds also play a big role. When sick birds are not isolated quickly, diseases spread silently. A farm with good biosecurity may look strict, but it survives longer and makes more profit. When disease control is taken seriously from the start, losses reduce, performance improves, and the farmer gains confidence. The final common mistake is poor record keeping, or not keeping records at all. Many beginners think records are only for big farms, but in reality, small farms need records even more. When you do not write things down, you are farming blindly. You may feel busy every day, yet you cannot clearly tell whether you are making profit or loss. Records help you see what is really happening on your farm, not what you assume is happening. Simple records are enough. You need to know how much feed you buy and how fast it is used. You need to record mortalities, medication, vaccinations, egg production, and sales. These numbers help you detect problems early. For example, if feed consumption increases but egg production drops, something is wrong and needs attention. Records also help with planning. They guide you when restocking, budgeting for feed, or deciding whether to expand or not. Without records, many farmers repeat the same mistakes because they never clearly see where they went wrong. Some people think they will start keeping records when the farm grows, but by then, bad habits are already formed. When you start record keeping from day one, decision-making becomes much easier and your farming becomes more professional. You can download a free copy of my record keeping toolkit and print it for your farm using the link in the description to start keeping records today. You can also visit my online store to access more than 20 other toolkits designed to make poultry farming easier. By avoiding these 5 common mistakes, poultry farming may not become easy, but it becomes much more manageable, predictable, and profitable. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more practical farming tips. Don't forget to watch the next video on your screen. I'll see you there.